Imagine finding $500,000 in cash inside a bag of trash. What would you do? Would you keep it or would you return it? Well, that's exactly what happened to a man in Texas, and his decision changed his life forever. But not in the way you think. This is the story of David, a 34-year-old warehouse worker from Houston, Texas. David was a single father raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. He worked 60 hours a week just to make ends meet. He drove a car with 200,000 miles on it. His daughter's school was asking for donations for a field trip, and David didn't even have the $50 to pay for it. He was behind on his rent. He owed his landlord 2 months back payment. Every night, David would lie awake wondering how he was going to provide for his daughter. He felt like a failure. He felt like he was letting Lily down. One evening, after a particularly long shift, David was walking his dog, Max, around the neighborhood. It was garbage collection day. The streets were lined with black trash bags and plastic bins. Max pulled hard on the leash, dragging David toward a pile of trash bags in front of an old rundown house. David tried to pull Max away, but the dog was insistent. Max started pawing at a torn black trash bag. Something had spilled out. David bent down to clean up the mess, but what he saw made his heart stop. Inside that torn garbage bag were stacks and stacks of $100 bills. David looked around. The street was empty. He picked up one bundle. It was $10,000. He picked up another, and another, and another. In total, there was exactly $500,000 in that bag. $500,000. Just sitting there, waiting to be thrown away. Or waiting to be found. David's mind started racing. This was more money than he would earn in 10 years. With this money, he could pay off all his debt. He could move his family into a better neighborhood. He could buy Lily the birthday present she'd been dreaming about. He could finally stop being a failure. He could finally be the father she deserved. But something stopped him. He thought about the person who had lost this money. What if this was their life savings? What if this was meant for a child's medical treatment? What if someone was desperately searching for it right now? David did the hardest thing he had ever done. He called the police. When the police arrived, David explained everything. The officer counted the money. It was exactly $500,000. They took David's statement and he went home. He told himself he did the right thing. But that night he couldn't sleep. He kept wondering, what if the police kept the money? What if the person never came forward? What if he had just thrown away his only chance at a better life? A month went by. Nothing. David's landlord was threatening eviction. His daughter's birthday was in 2 weeks and he couldn't afford a present. He started to regret his decision. He started to think, he should have just kept the money. David was in the middle of packing his things, preparing to move out of his apartment. He had nowhere to go. He had failed. And then, his phone rang. It was the police. They had found the owner of the money. But the story didn't end there. The police told David that the owner wanted to meet him. David's heart was pounding. He thought, are they going to thank me? Or are they going to arrest me for trespassing? The man who opened the door was named Mr. Thompson. He was in his 60s. He was a retired businessman, and he was crying. Mr. Thompson explained that the money was meant for his granddaughter. She had a rare medical condition, and he had been saving for her treatment for years. The money was supposed to be deposited at the bank that day, but it accidentally ended up in the trash. Mr. Thompson offered David a reward. He said, I want to give you $50,000. It's the least I can do for your honesty. But David refused. He said, I didn't return the money for a reward. I returned it because it was the right thing to do. And he walked away. David went home with nothing. No reward, no money, no hope. He felt like a fool. He had returned $500,000, and all he got was a handshake. 2 weeks later, it was Lily's birthday. David had managed to scrape together enough money to buy her a small doll from the thrift store. He felt like the worst father in the world. As Lily opened her gift, David heard a knock at the door. It was Mr. Thompson, and he wasn't alone. He had brought his lawyer. Mr. Thompson handed David an envelope. Inside was a check for $500,000. David was stunned. He said, "Mr. Thompson, I told you I can't accept this." But Mr. Thompson smiled. Mr. Thompson said, "Son, you're not accepting a reward. You're accepting a partnership. I saw how you treat people. I saw your character. I don't have any children of my own. My company needs someone I can trust. I'm offering you a job, and I'm funding your daughter's education. That money isn't a reward for returning what was lost. It's an investment in who you are.